Would you like to learn how to become a social media manager who could potentially earn over six figures with your business? Well, we're going to find out today thanks to my guest, Kate Buck, coming to us all the way from Austin, Texas. Kate, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, Kate, you've managed to build a six-figure income as a social media manager, and I'd love to learn, how did you start?
Well, sure. Actually, I had just gotten laid off from my job, and I was spending a lot of time on social media because I was looking for another job. And I had heard and I had read that I could network with people on Twitter and use my Facebook account to find another job potentially, and of course, LinkedIn. And so I was spending a lot of time trying to find a job using the social networks. And what I noticed was I saw people tweeting or posting things that they were overwhelmed with their social media, that I was taking too much time. And it was particularly the people who were doing really well. You know, the people who had lots of followers were saying they had a lot of DMs to go through, and they really couldn't keep up with it all.
What are DMs?
Oh, I'm sorry, direct messages on Twitter.
Okay.
Thanks. So what I did was I said, you know, that's something I could help people with, and I could do that while I'm here and looking for a job. So I started offering that service to people, and I was doing that while I was really looking for, you know, a real job, a real job. And what ended up happening is within a few, within a few days, actually, I had my very first kind of part-time client, and then within about a month or so, I thought to myself, wow, I guess I don't really need a real job. This could be my real job. And so it's with that point that I decided to start my business and to really do this, pursue it full time.
That's really great. So if I understand correctly, you didn't have any experience as a business owner before that, or you did, or it was in another field?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have been an independent contractor at one point in the past. You know, my background is actually in dance, and I taught ballet for a really long time. And when you teach dance, you're generally an independent contractor. So I knew about like the tax stuff that it took to run a business, but I had never run my own company before that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I know you just said that it took you a couple of days to get your first part-time client, and about a month to decide that you're going to be doing this full-time. But how long did it take you to figure everything out? Because, I mean, when it's one thing saying to somebody, hey, I can help you with your social media, but then structuring it and really getting results, that's a whole different ball game. So how were you able to figure it out, and how long did it take you?
Well, between reading and experimenting and trying different things, and, I'm really big on systems. And so to find and have different clients where I could try different systems with them and see what gets results, all in all, it really took me like a span of 18 months. Now, that's me. I'm reading blogs every day, reading books, watching videos, really trying to educate myself, going from nothing to how do I create a system that I can replicate, that will work for different clients, but will work, consistently. And that whole process probably took me a total of 12 to 18 months to really hone in, nail down what packages sell the best, what's the best price points, and what services do I include in those packages that are most cost effective for me as a business owner. So, not having any experience in any of that, it took me between 12 and 18 months to really figure that out, I guess.
Okay, that's interesting, and that's also, thank you for sharing, should I say, because sometimes you see people becoming quite successful, and sometimes people sort of let it be known that it's almost overnight and it's magical. So it's really great that you're sharing the fact that it was a year and a half.
Yeah, the truth is that, now I have the benefit of that experience, and I know we'll get to it in a minute. And so I'm happy to share that experience with people so that it doesn't take them 12 to 18 months, but it does take some time. This is not, I do have, social media managers I've worked with that or I've seen get clients in a week or in a month or whatever, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be that way for everybody. And it just depends on what your learning curve is. And, the resources that are available today weren't necessarily available 2.5 years ago. There was no such thing as a social media manager. At first I called myself a virtual assistant, and then I decided, I'm not really a virtual assistant. I only do social media. And then I moved to social media assistant. I thought that was better. And then I really wanted to move as far away from the whole virtual assistant world as possible. I don't have anything against virtual assistants. I just need to distinguish who I am and what I did for people. And so then I coined the term social media manager.